Alright, you guys, I'm doing the tier list live over at Twitch TV/SirLarge Gaming. Come and watch me there if you ever want to watch me live, or if you want to watch me play Yu-Gi-Oh! Or do tier list or other games. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get into it. Already have a couple archetypes up here. Starting off the off meta with Novellas, because it's good. I feel like it's a little bit better than playable, and I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be super prepared for it, but at the same time the deck is not that great. We actually might move it down into playable later on. Emancipator starting off playable with Adventure Time good stuff next to it. You could play Emancipator, but there are plenty of decks that make a better board, or even a similar board, that are just better. Next we have Poo Poo tier, which pure artifact is starting in. Even artifact engine is not good at this point. So, Poo Poo tier. Next, we're going to start off tier 1. We're going to go ahead and put a Vanquished up there. People can disagree with me on it, but this deck is amazing. It is just absolutely amazing, and it's a lot of fun to play. Yeah, you can brick with it sometimes, but it's a lot of fun, and it's always fairly consistent, and you have a decent amount of options. So, tier 1. Rescue Ace, I actually think, is hit in tier 3 right now. I feel like once they get more support or other things get hit, it'll be the time of Rescue Ace. But as is right now, I feel like it's tier 3. I actually did see a couple of these in Diamond, surprising enough. Next we have Altergeist. I'll put Altergeist in playable. I'm actually going to put him ahead of Emancipator in playable. If I put Altergeist in playable, I kind of feel like I have to put Novellas in playable, so I am going to move them down. Aliens, they're poo-poo right now, even though Gothic variant. Ancient Gears could be like the king of poo-poo tier. Aqua Actress, definite poo-poo. Most of you probably haven't even heard of that archetype. Cyber Dark, poo-poo. Cyber Dragon, it's playable. I got wins with it in lower ranks, but it's out of like platinum, that deck is just not gonna do too much. So playable. Evil Eye, playable. Endymion, I feel like Endymion's still good, and it's not seen as much, but it's still decent. I'm gonna put it in 3. Eldritch is in the trash can with the rest of the turds. It is poo-poo. Exodia, poo-poo. Pure Cloudian, poo-poo. Charmers, poo-poo. Here, Rose Dragon archetype, you guessed it, the Dookie tier. Blackwings. Blackwings are playable. They can still do their thing. The structure deck's fun. Dragon Link. I'm gonna put Dragon Link in tier 1 for now. It might be the king of tier 2 by the end. I'm not sure. This deck has a hard matchup against Vanquished right now, just because if Vanquished goes first and they set that there can be one only, and they flip that TC Boo at the start of your turn, and you can't get rid of it, it's gonna be really hard for you. That, and there are other decks that can run TC Boo right now, and just kill Dragon Link. Other than that, Dragon Link's okay in the meta, so we'll see where it ends up. Gate Guardian, my boy with a new support. Welcome to the playable tier. I am actually currently Diamond 1, getting very close to getting into Masters, and I've been playing Gate Guardian constantly since it released in ranks, and I'm going to have a video for you. This deck, so much fun. So much fun. Easily beating everything above it in the tier 1 through 3. It's definitely more deserving of tier 4, just because it does have some pitfalls. But we'll get into that when that video is made and posted, I guess. But yeah, Gate Guardian out of poo-poo tier and into playable. Very, very happy to see that. Next we have Gem Knights. Pure Gem Knights. You could actually play the Gem Knight FTK still. I'm going to put that up there. Aramage. No, that's the Dookie tier. That's the garbage can. What else could go in the garbage can? Dust-ons? Yeah, dust-ons. Pure Fairy Tale, because no one even knows what most of that archetype does except for snow. Poo-poo. Fire Kings, as of right now, they're kind of doo-doo. They'll have their day soon, though. Hopefully. Dragon Maid's playable. You play Branded Dragon Maid. Branded Dragon Maid's pretty good. Yeah, we'll put D-Maid in playable. Cubic. Garbo. Pure Battle Wasps. Wasps. Yeah, they're doo-doo. Chronomaly, also in the trash can. What else? Fortune Fairies and Fortune Ladies, trash can. For Hire, Sprite is a thing and it's playable. It's also very fun to play against. I enjoyed playing against that deck. Gimmick Puppet, no. Bedlam Boxer, no. BES, no. Galaxies, yeah, no. UA, no. DDD, B tier. DDD's always solid B tier. That's pretty much what you can count on. This deck can make an amazing board. An example of deck that can make an Emancipator board, except it's more consistent than Emancipators are. DDD with the right pilot, very good deck. Crystal Beast, trash candidate. What else can go in our garbage can? Pure Goblins, Gravekeepers, Bradle, Hands, Goki, the Ishizu deck, because all of its stuff is either banned or at one. Inzectors, unfortunately, gotta admit it, but I still love the deck. I'm actually going to put Invoked on the ass end of playable for now. There have been some interesting variants I've seen in Master Rank last season, and I think there's going to be even more of them soon. So I'm Invoked ass end of playable. Minkonko, I'm putting this at... I'm putting it as King of Tier 3. It can show up, it can eat your lunch. Like, the deck's decent. Kashtira, Tier 2. Deck's good. Right. Live Twin, playable. It's playable. Sprite's kind of hurting, but it's playable. Labyrinth. I know some people have trouble with this deck. It's decent. I just never have trouble with it personally, so I'm putting it in Tier 3. Lots and lots of trains. You could play trains. You're not going to get far with them, but you can play trains. Fluffle, no. Flunder, ass end of 3. It still exists. Crawler, you know where it goes. Generator, they're playable. Danger Dark World, playable. Ignister. Cyverse is really good right now. And Ignister is still able to easily pump out the untargetable 5,000 attack monster that's unaffected by things. Yeah, Tier 2. So Despia Branded just got a lot of support recently. I'm actually going to put him in Tier 2. I feel like this deck is going to have a lot of variants that are just going to be decent, and it's a lot of fun right now. Ancient Warriors, you know where it goes, right next to Nordic, in the garbage can. Blue Eyes, could play it. Gonna be the ass end of playable. Bujin, poo. Right next to Arcana Force. ABC is playable. They've got some stuff. So, Code Talker, Circular, Cyverse, just Cyverse variants. I'm actually going to put Cyverse up in Tier 1. I feel like it belongs there. I feel like it's very good, even though they got one card hit. It was not the good one of the cards. They should hit Circular. But, whatever. Cyverse, still good. Sacred Phoenix, no. Naturia after the runic hits. I'm actually gonna put this in poo-poo tier. It ain't it for me, Chief. Not anymore. Not with Fountain being on one. Sacred Beast, Chainburn, Skull Servants, Six Samurai, Samorg, that weird battle robot thing that no one, the reactor archetype, there we go. Super Heavy Samurai, Super Quantum, Weather Painter, Time Lords, Tindangle, Toon, Stick Chair Sarseraph, Evil Swarm, Archfiends, that one weird music archetype, what else? Mutants, Here Ghost Tricks, Ignites, I think. Infernity, Ice Jade, Ice Barrier, Earthbound Immortals, Dark Heroes. There's Ophion for Evil Storm for a second time for some reason. Gladiator Beast, Umbral, Valkyrie, Worm, World Chalice, X-Saber, Yosinju, Yubel, Zephyra, Yangzing. We already put Naturia in there. Rescue Roids, Vendread, Pure Time Thief, Chino Birds, Plunder Patrol, Giant Ballpark, Cosmo, Lunalight, and Madolce and Magical Musketeers. All of you can go to the poo-poo tier. Come on down. Oh, Pendulums. Almost forgot them. They're getting some more support. They're not quite there yet. You know what, actually? Pendulums can be playable. We found something Blue Eyes is actually better than. Dinosaurs. Dinosaurs are actually playable too. They should be somewhere in this neighborhood. Ooh, Rocket. Oh, we already ranked. Okay, cool. We already ranked Rocket Link, Dragon Link. You can still play Fountain. It's out one. You can still play Runic. I'll put it under Dinosaurs. Rongo Bongo's dead. Nurse Burn also goes in there. Orcus, you could play an Orcus deck. It's really not that good. You know, let's actually put out the tier. King of Poo-Poo tier. Dark Magician. King of Poo-Poo tier. Bysteel as a deck, not that good, but Bysteel like as an engine. I feel like Bysteel as an engine deserves to be up in tier 2. Not as a deck, but as an engine. Our boy Circular. Going right up there with the other Cyberse for Cyberse tier. Therion by itself is bad. Swordsoul? Swordsoul's actually going in off meta under Rescue Ace with Yangzing. Not Yangzing, sorry, with Tenyi, because you pretty much only ever see the two played together. There aren't many other Tenyi variants. True Draco, this deck's still garbage. Prikas are playable right now. They're not in a great place, but they're playable. Okay, now we have the new low of the playable tier. That's Phantasm Spiral. Spell Spellbooks are in the garbage can right now. Without the runic engine, they're pretty much done for. Chaos.deck. Right there above Dinos. Drytron, you could play Drytron. The deck kind of sucks now. We'll put it in playable. Okay, why do I have like 3 icons for different Cyberse decks? Like I have one for pure math mechs, one for circular and friends, which is pretty much math mech, and then one for Kotaka variants. It's basically all, it's just Cyberse good stuff with circular and friends, tier 1. Oh, Match Spectre, you're so bad right now, and I wish you weren't. Same with Crusadia, but it's still playable if you're doing the FTK Crusadia build. I'm put Marincis in off meta at the very end of it, right above playable. It's a best of 1 format, so the deck is still very like good. It's just I do feel like a lot of people are running kaijus now because there are things in the meta that are hard to deal with. That water lockdown deck, right under Blue Eyes. Watts are bad right now. Vylon was never good. Witchcrafter is terrible right now. Pure Wind Witch is terrible right now. Pure Windup is terrible. Pure D Hero is terrible. Dinomorphia. Playable next to dinosaurs. Oh, Zoo. We get to talk about Zoo. So Zoo, the engine's been power crept. Broad Bowl is still banned, I believe. You have Trident, you have Mole, and you have Barrage. And the deck is really cohesive, but I feel like it's been power crept pretty hard. So Zoo by itself, I would definitely say 4, and then try Zoo, maybe like 3.5. Scareclaw. Yeah, Scareclaw can be an off meta. The deck actually has a lot going for it right now, and I have seen it quite a bit in Platinum and above, and quite a bit in Diamond too. Melty by itself is bad right now. Sprite is playable. The deck is pretty dead. I haven't lost to it since the hits. Machine Toolbox, you could play it. I feel like, nah, Machine Toolbox is in the toilet right now. It's the poo-poo tier. Ogodic's also in there. Numeron. Numeron's playable. You should be playing Minkonko if you want to play that kind of deck, though. Volcanic, XYZ, Zeus Turbo, Venom, Spiral, Constellar. Charmer, not Charmer, I already did Charmers. What's the name? I'm looking for Ritual Beast. Red Eyes, Phantom Knights, Burning Abyss, Mech Knights, Dark Lord. All of those can be in the poo-poo tier. They're all pretty bad. Exo Sister. Fight me about this if you want, but I think it's tier 3. I think it's a solid off-meta deck. Salad. Salad can be unplayable. Early. Deck's still really good. They hit 1 card too, and it basically is pretty much at full power. You play Subterrace. I don't know why you would right now, but you could. Here Spring Ends are in that special terrible tier. Honestly, I think I'd rather play Striker than any of the decks that I'm putting Striker above. So, Striker can be in the playable tier. Pure Heroes. We found a new low for the playable tier. Scrap Dinos. So Scraps as like a regular archetype bad. Scrap Dinos somewhere probably in the playable tier. But just Scrap's bad. Just Virtual World, bad. Shino Bird, bad. Rika, bad. Fight me if you have a different opinion. Punk variants are good. You'll see quite a few of them. They're in the playable tier. Tier. I feel like tier is in tier 3. Your Kaiju is still terrible. Your Trickstar is still terrible. UA terrible. Unchained. Terrible, but upper terrible. Zombie variants are also in the terrible pile at this time. You're not really going to see someone trying to run like zombie good stuff. Predaplant. Terrible. That's a pure archetype right now. Speedroids. I feel like if we're including something like Phantasm Spiral, we have to include Speedroids. I feel like they fall right there in the playable tier. A simple Nightingale Shenanigans, terrible. Infernoids, really bad. Grand Manju just keeps getting worse if you're playing that Grand Manju pile deck. Tremid also is awful. Buster Blader, awful. Metal Foe, awful. I can't remember the name, they're so terrible. It's that one. Oh, Megalith, yeah, Megalith. Monarch, Paleo, Stardust, that's its own archetype. All terrible. So Crusadia variants are playable. Crusadia as an engine in other decks like Branded is amazing. Crusadia is definitely playable. All the zombie variants in the trash can. Trap Trick. If I were going to play Trap Trick, I honestly rather play any of the decks I put above it before I play Trap Trick. Thunder Dragons. Yeah, I think they deserve to be there. And hey, we have Tri-Rage variants, especially Tri-Zoo being back up in a playable good state. We already did those. And so yeah, this is your tier list for the month of December. And yeah, for everybody on YouTube, I will see you guys in the next one. And for everyone on Twitch, let's play some games.